Hi, thanks for ordering the Costronica Thrusters. This is all in the base pack. You got your main unit right here, the 3x18650 battery holder, the wired momentary switch that clips onto that port, the remote control, the receiver chip is inside there, our unique thruster clip system to attach it to any airduster can, 1 meter of tube to guide the effect to a point of your choosing, manual, on-off safety valve, and some attachment pieces to mount the can in your work. We'll have more on this later. If you ordered one LED or two LEDs, that will be in your package also, of course. And if you ordered the splitter pack, you get all those attachments and an extra meter of tube. So depending on how you want to control it, either via remote control or through the wired switch, you can do both. It will work straight off the bat with the remote control. You don't have to do anything. If you want to use the wired option, simply click this plug into that port right there. It can only go on one way, clips on, and that's it already. You grab your battery holder and your 18650 batteries and you put them in like I've done here. Simply grab your battery holder and your 18650 batteries, make sure the negative and the positive sides are on the right way, and just put all three in. Sometimes with these button top cells, they can make, well, not proper contact, so sometimes it's best to kind of force it in, maybe turn it a bit. One quick and easy way to test it is to just plug it in and hit your remote control or your switch. You can hear it click. That's the valve opening and shutting. That means your battery is right. If you don't hear that click, they're probably not making a proper connection, and just kind of make sure the springs are all making contact with the battery. If you order the LED, you can also plug it here in the front and that should light up then also. If it doesn't, either charge your batteries or put them in the right way and make sure that they're all making proper connection. For the rest of this video, I'm just going to clip off the wired momentary just to clear up some space, and then we'll move on to how to put our clip system on a new can of airduster. Any airduster can will fit, and they always come with their own little, spray nozzle. You can always just clip those off, put that aside, and all airduster cans have their own little nozzle. We add 3 rings. Usually you only need 2, but we have seen some that are a millimeter longer and then you need 3. Usually you're good with 2, so you have one spare, and if you need it, just add that third one. Just put it down, put on the first ring, like so. Grab your second, put that one on, put it down, grab the part with the thread, just put it on, and then these 2 prongs that you see here, insert in that middle slot right there. So a bit of a close-up, those 2 prongs into that little slit area. From above, you can see it's lined up, and then it just slides over. And now you can thread it into your thruster. So we got our batteries in there, our remote is here, our can is set up, and then we have the main action going on right here. This is for the mounting system, but first I'll show you how to just simply thread it on. You put it over, hold it, and you keep screwing no matter what. You'll hear it hissing like this, but just keep on screwing, and then the rubbers will seal off the rest, and there is no leak going on. Then you'll grab this little part right here. Inside there's a hexagon hole that slides over this hexagon piece here. There's of course a circle, it goes over here, and this little protrusion here sticks into there. So you just kind of force it down, wiggle it around, and it's good. And now you also can't unscrew it because that locks it into place. Let's say your can is empty, just grab hold of that orange bit and the can and kind of wiggle it. Don't pull it off straight down, kind of wiggle it, and you can put it off and then unscrew it. If the can is still half full but you already want to switch it, just keep on unscrewing. Do not stop. Air will shoot out, but if you take it slow, then more will escape. So I'll demonstrate, just keep on unscrewing. See how quick that was? So just keep going. At all times, always keep going. But that's not what we want, of course. We want it on there. So back on, orange bit goes back on there. Now how do I keep this can upright? Well, I have a mounting system here in the photo booth with a magnet, so I can just stick it on there. However, you can, and this is not included, add a magnet to your work somewhere, and the side is also magnetic, as you can see. So you can get a magnet. I cannot include that in the package. You mount a magnet somewhere in your work, and then you just stick it on. It will slide a bit, but as you can see, I'm holding just a magnet, and even moving it around will not shake it loose. Or you use what I did include, and that's these parts that you've seen earlier in this video, is the mounting set. So this little block attaches to here. These screw holes align over those two holes, and then you just screw this block onto there. It's easiest if you do this before the can, of course. And here is an example piece of how that then looks. And what you can do then is grab the included zip ties, put them through the side holes, and then these sticky things, I don't know what they're called in English, you mount these in your project. They have self-adhesive backing, so you got to peel off that little thing. Maybe add some extra hot glue if you have a foam work, because foam kind of gives away. So a little bit extra hot glue on there would help. And then just run this through. Do the zip tie. And you can just mount it to the side of your work. And you can do the other hole, of course, also with the second one. And then imagine a nozzle here. Tank goes on, as is with here. There's enough spacing here to provide enough clearance for the side of the tank. So let's say the wall of your project or your foam armor or your 3D printed armor is here. The can will not rest against your work, maybe leaning on and getting it bent like this. That's why this block is an optional attachment for you. You might find some other way that you don't need the attachment block, but I'm adding it anyway, just so you have some means of attaching this and mounting it in your work. Just for the sake of this instruction video, the can will just mount on my own mounting system here, just so that I have my hands free to show you the rest. It's loaded with the batteries. We're going to use the remote control, but you can use the wired switch, of course. Tank is loaded, it is screwed in, and then you just have your buttons. A is momentary, so you need to press and hold it and let go, and it stops. B is toggle mode, so if you want to stop it, you have to press B again. And that's it. Now, this spray you see here is normal. This is, of course, paper, so the effect looks quite dramatic, but as you can see, it's just the reaction of a very cold medium hitting a warm table, and this is the reaction. As I go over it with my hand, you can see it disappearing already. Then the included tube simply plugs here in the front. You can just push it in, and it will not get out until you push down on this ring. Better to do it like this. Press down on this ring, and then you can just pull out the tube. Now, with the tube in, there is one more part I want to go over. This is the manual safety valve. Right now it's closed. There is an arrow on here, as you can see, and that is to indicate the direction. So this is your exit, and this is the inlet. So flow goes like this, and it goes over. This is closed, this is open. I recommend you install this somewhere that you can reach, and you can of course cut your tube maybe and then stick the other end here, or if you got the splitter pack you can just use it as an extender of sorts. But as long as you can reach this, let's say an accidental misfire happens and you can't reach the remote or whatever, you can turn this and it will stop the flow. And see this as a second valve, as the valve is inside here. That's your main valve, but this is just a manual on-off safety valve. And I'll show you, if I run it, technically it's still on, see, but nothing escapes. So this is for your own safety. Install it somewhere in your work where you can reach it, just to prevent accidents. Better safe than sorry. And then you can of course turn it off, and if you want to open it, that what's in here will shoot out, and it's done. So if you ordered LEDs, the same plug as the wired switch, only these go in either one of the front connectors, like so. And then these black holders that are around the LED, you can just remove them, but these have holes the size of this tube, and that is for you to mount it a little bit easier. And then if I run it now, it will shoot all over the place, so you gotta hold it. You can see it's aligned perfectly, and you have a nice, in this case, green thrust. And you can of course connect the other LED also, and if you got the splitter pack, you can use the splitter to cut the tube, put the tube on one end, and then you have two exit points. And that leads us to, if you got the splitter pack, you can use the tube that's still inserted there to add, in this example, the Y splitter. You also have your T splitter, if that works better for you. I just cut off 2 strips of tubing. You can just put that in and put that in, and if I run it now, you can see I have 2 exit points. And you can attach corners to this and mount it in such a way that it works best for your project. And then if you want to release it, it's the same as in the front. This has blue rings. Press the blue ring down and you can just pull it off. Put it on again and it won't go anywhere. Press down on the blue ring and pull it, and it comes off. The last bit of the splitter pack is the volume regulator. This doesn't matter how it goes on. You can put it on like this or put it on like this, it doesn't matter. But here you can set the amount of medium that goes through here. So 1 can on max output does go quick. And this is on max setting, see, not much has changed. However, if I turn this down, you'll have less thrust. However, a can will last much longer. And the effect is still pretty good. A little bit less, of course, but your can will last much, much longer. And that's about it for the instructions for the Costronica Thrusters. If you have any questions, just email us at contact@costronica.com or leave a comment underneath this video and I'll help you right away. Thank you.